What's going on, everybody? This is the Auto Breakdown. I'm your host, Clark Beckham. Let's get started.
Staying up, slipping in when you wanna. Hey.
So we have no mentor this episode. I'm not busy necessarily. I'm around. I would have come. You know, I'm cheap. Certainly cheaper than I'm sure whatever they paid Adam Lambert. Could have been fun. But no, they actually did something really cool here. They highlighted the vocal coaches that most people don't know about. I'd have been totally lost without my coaches, Dorian Holley and Michael Orland. And Antonio Sol was on my season as well. These guys are brilliant and really the people who are giving the most constructive criticism and suggestions that actually shape the song. So that it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Zachariah. Looks great. All the contestants are starting to elevate, it seems, their looks. And this is by design, by the makeup and hair and wardrobe departments. They're told from the beginning, and they let the contestants know, like, hey, let's find what we want to end at, like your ultimate superstar look, and let's get a journey. Let's find a way there. And there's been some big leaps lately, so that it's not just one big jump, but it takes us there, like a transformation kind of a thing. And there's been a big leap for a handful of the contestants. Zachariah's one of them. Looks great. The song is a great song for him. He had some interesting, this is going to sound so nerdy, he had some interesting relations with the minor and major third of this song. So this song can be so effective, any melody like this, where it's really highlights the minor third of the song. So I'm wanted 1 3 2 1 3. That's a minor third, that note. On a steel horse I ride, and the steel is a minor third too, but it also is sung on a steel horse, that major third, and you can kind of bend and cry between those notes. So like, I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride, versus on a steel horse I ride, versus between the two, on a steel horse I ride. You can just like bend and cry between those two notes. I wanted that more for him, but he actually did something a little odd. So the melody is, on a steel horse I ride. This is a minor third again. Ride. He started to sing the major third there. On a steel horse I ride. If the band wasn't playing it, and I couldn't really tell, is a big no-no. We actually found this with Trey from Santa Fe. Remember when we talked about how he kept singing the wrong note? It's a half step difference. He was doing this. But he was singing, instead of on a steel horse I ride, he was singing steel horse I ride. Which is interesting, it's different, but he did it twice. I thought for the first time he just missed, but then he did it twice. So I don't know if the band was playing a major chord there, or he just heard the major third and decided to sing it. But the dude was first, and he still found a way to get through. He's got a stronger voting block than I realized. I love the confidence that he exudes when he's doing these vowel changes. Like, just not even caring, just giving it all he feels like. And I am so into it. That stuff is contagious. It's entertaining. Haven.
That was the day that I promised I'd never sing of love if it does not exist.
Oh my gosh. The beauty, the subtlety, the just soft, angelic, cloud-like fluffy, comfy voice that she has when she sings these songs. Right in the middle of her range. She's not singing really high. She's not doing any runs. She's not belting in these verses specifically. Just singing right around the range of her speaking voice. It's just so good. It's so buttery. It's so rare that you can do that with that high quality sound coming out with just nothing going on, just singing right in the middle of a range. I love this. This is one of my all-time favorite songs. One thing I would say is when she went into the bridge and there were some belting notes, she's got to mean the notes. The emotion of the song, of the story of the song, needs to inform how we sing those notes. So the emotional dynamics of this song, which that is the number one priority when we're singing a song and we want to perform it really well, is what are the emotional dynamics here? And in the verses, it's sad. It's, when I was younger, I saw my daddy cry and curse at the wind. I always swore that she'd never do. It's this sad, like, talking about all the letdowns that she saw love do to her family growing up and how she observed love to really just do heartbreak and do bad things. And then the chorus is this soft revelation of, but you're different. You are the only exception. The bridge, when it gets high and big, is the voice that's deep down that's saying, no, he's going to be just like the others. I know when I wake up in the morning, you're not going to be there. I know that. And you're fighting and you're scared to believe. And that's all the emotion that I need to feel when she sings those high notes in the bridge. Instead, it felt like elegance, here I am, verses, crushing, here come the high notes. And she kind of stayed in the same place. And she might have even been smiling when she said it. And the emotion of the song, you've got to be connected to what is the story of the song, what are the emotional dynamics. Those things inform the way you sing every note, especially big notes and something that's very musically different than the rest of the song. Chase Beckham comes to sing, sounds great. One thing to note, he sings live. And now you could all be saying, well, duh, it's a live show. Not necessarily for guest artists. A lot of the time when a guest artist comes or even a judge sings, they pre-record it right before the show goes live. So if the show in LA goes live at 5 p.m., at 4 p.m., we'll load the house. The crowd's there, the contestants are in place, everybody's in place, and then they bring in the special performer and they do their performance, do a couple takes of it, and then have it produced to sound really great, make sure it's really clean. There's no risk of sounding bad on national television when you do that. Then they just insert it in the live show. You can tell because that LIVE in the bottom corner next to like the ABC logo will go away. That's pre-recorded. Chase did not do that. It was live the whole time, just like the contestants. So when you put up his performance, you can put it right next to the contestants and compare them equally because they're under the same circumstances for the most part. And I thought he did great. His pitch was wonderful, which is impressive because it is so hard to sing with good enough pitch to sound good on TV. Chase, by the way, is a former student of mine. Isn't that wild? It's crazy for me to say. We talked to like, are we related? That might be a possibility. We still don't know. I helped him kind of understand and just give him insight on what American Idol looks like. If you want to be in the company of the winner and the second place guy, I'm still doing these lessons, one-on-one Zoom lessons. I've had several with you guys. I've only announced it here. If you want to prep for an audition, even if it's not American Idol, even if it's a choir or solo or something, you want to work on piano or guitar or theory or songwriting, talk about music business stuff, any type of mentorship stuff, seek any advice of any kind, I got you. Just email me at beckhamlessons@gmail.com and I'll give you all the info, and if we can make it work, we'll get you in the books. Wayani.
I don't really need to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow.
Gorgeous moments throughout. 85% of this was breathtaking, elegant, strong, a step above. It's a very tough song. There were some moments where she was a little under as far as pitch is concerned, but she did a really great job. Right when she finished, Chanley was like, I am a Wayani fan. This was my favorite performance of hers of the whole season. She nailed the emotion. This is kind of what I was talking about with Haven. Wayani does this really well. You're never gonna see her sing an empty note. You're never gonna see that. She takes the moments. I want to say the judges are kind of killing this episode in a good way. They're doing very well in this episode. I know I harp on the judges a lot. I make fun of them a lot, mainly because if I'm gonna talk about the judges, it's usually more fun to make fun of them. But I do want to say, when we think about all the judges of the past, this is one of the best group of judges ever on Idol. And I will stand by that with full confidence, ready to fight anybody who disagrees. And this was one of their best episodes. Oliver.
Don't leave me hurt.
Woo!
Don't leave me dry.
Golly, it's gorgeous. Yes, sir, sing.
Don't leave me dry.
Dang, that's solid. The John Mayer choices? Come on, guys. There's so many brilliant John Mayer songs, and you guys pick Bigger Than My Body and Heartbreak Warfare? Like, I mean, I love pretty much every John Mayer song ever, including those, but I didn't understand why those were picked. Luckily, he didn't pick them, and he picked the perfect song. He showed us a part of his voice that I didn't know he had, namely a beautiful, soft, sweet, haunting voice. And what I loved so much about it was the emotional dynamics of this song. At first, he's like, when he's singing soft and he's singing Don't Leave Me High and Dry, I'm getting like, please don't leave me high and dry. And then later, it's as if she did. She has left him high and dry, and now he's singing with anger, which sounds like grit for him, saving the grit for last. Don't leave me high and dry. And we're getting all of that coupled with the beautiful vocals. And I didn't even think we were going to get the grit, and I was fine with that. I was fine with the angelic, beautiful, soft voice the whole time, and he could have just ended it and I'd have fallen on the floor. But then he gave us secretly what we all want when we think of Oliver singing, which is that grit and soul. This was my favorite performance of his since his audition. This was my favorite performance of his, period. Such high quality music, such high quality performance. The ending was great. He's a fantastic guitar player. I don't know why Luke said, I wish he'd play more guitar. This is what I'm going to say. Luke was so wonderful this episode that I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to take it as he was saying, wow, that was so wonderful. I loved you playing guitar. Please do it more. Because at first my reaction was, what do you mean play? He just played guitar, and it was a central point of the song and of the sonic package that we received just now. It was such a big part of it. And you're saying, I wish you'd play more. It doesn't make sense. But I'm going to say that he meant, I love that. You're great at guitar. Keep going. Ian.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So I'm actually not feeling this one so much. This was the very first performance Ian has ever done on the show where I noticed mistakes. And it seemed like he wasn't all the way plugged in like he usually is, like he always has been. I did like when it picked up. There's kind of changed the rhythm and sang a little higher, and it kind of picked up for a second near the end. I wasn't into it. Mary Beth Bird.
Memory gets burning, lean back on the bourbon. Sure as hell can't keep leaning on you.
I love the song. I could have done without the trap beat, but I will say it did kind of grow on me the more we went on into the song, and I was kind of starting to believe it a little bit. This was a better performance from her, in my opinion, than we've gotten lately. She was exhibiting a lot of emotion, and I gotta be honest, I didn't believe it. And I feel like it was a little bit of cover, that maybe she wasn't really feeling her vocal performance, and so she was thinking, yeah, but emotionally connecting to a song and people seeing me get emotional is a big point of contact that can impact people's votes and hearts, which is a true statement. But I feel like it was put on with that motivation and that intention. And listen, you would be shocked to know how common that is. And I only feel like I pointed out because I've done the exact same thing multiple times. And I wonder if this was a case of that. And who am I to say an emotion was pushed or put on? But I didn't believe it. Tyson.
Now the day bleeds into night falls, and you're not here to get me through it all.
Man, okay, so great song. He sang it beautifully. The end was really lacking for me in the arrangement. I really wanted it to go somewhere. And with the band that you have and how they've showed us that they can think of alternate chords and moves and hits and riffs, like things they can do musically to lift something, to give something to a song that's different than the original. I wanted that so badly, and I know there are things they could have done. I think I'm really tempted to take this song and let me show you what I mean. So the chord progression as is now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all, which is great. But when we want more and want more build, we're just repeating the chorus like 5 times. So one of the last choruses where I really felt the desire, the want for something more and build. Here's some things that they could have done. I was getting kind of used to being someone you loved, and now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and you pulled the rug. I was kind of getting used to being someone you loved. Something like that. You could even come down from there. I let my guard down, and you pulled the rug. I was getting kind of used to being someone you loved. I am very sad to see Tyson go. I knew it was a matter of time and it was coming soon, because he's an incredibly talented singer and player. And usually, if that person's main thing is their talent, they don't get very far at this point in the top 10 range of the show, which is why we also saw Oliver not get voted in to the top 7. Just give me a freaking break. But it's what we have to be ready for and expect. Megan. Oh my gosh. Lionel said there's a difference between singing and touching. And she touches people when she sings. Man, this was as emotional as I've been since the auditions. Beautiful song. The judges handled it beautifully. Just the things they said, like Katie said, Luke didn't pick that song, your grandfather did. Oh my gosh. That's emotion. That's what emotion in a song really looks like deeply. I just love this. I said it last night and I'll say it again. She's the best singer. Consistency, man. Her pitch, her tone, her rasp, her runs, her control, her decisions. The emotion of this song and what it meant and how she delivered it so well. And she was crying, and Luke just being such a dad this episode. One of the Groove Crew members, Melissa Bates, she said Luke is in dad mode this episode. I love that. I love the judges. I love Megan. I love the song. This was my favorite moment of the whole show. I really hope she wins. And she could, because she's got those same elements that the Noah Thompson, the Lane Hardy, the Colin Stow, like that those guys have. But she just happens to be the best singer. So maybe, just maybe, the best singer here can win. Okay, so last episode, Idol Breakdown episode, I skipped Colin. I don't know how I did that. Colin, last night, making it into the top 10, picked a great song, sang it very well. All thumbs up. Okay, made up for that. Last, we have Colin, who I'm not going to forget.
It's been a while since I could hold my head up high.
This is a great song. Great song for him. I think that if this was released when it was released and he happened to be the lead singer, it would be just as big of a hit as it was. It's a great song and he sang it really well. It doesn't do a lot for me, just my personal preference. It's not my cup of tea, perhaps, but my critique is pretty much nothing for him. It's a great song, picked a great song, and he sang it really well. I forgot about Warren too. Oh my gosh, I bet you guys I guarantee the premiere right now is blowing up about me forgetting Warren. Don't you worry, guys. I'm not forgetting anybody this time. Warren.
Love is strong enough to make him stay. He's answered by the tail light.
You know, in the pre-performance package, his coaches were like, whew, dang, bro, I'm feeling, like they were feeling his song. So I was like, great, I want some of this. And he did it, and I wasn't into it. It didn't do anything for me personally. And I think there's a special juice to Warren, kind of like Colin when he just decided to do just guitar and vocal. There's something that we need to hear from Warren, and I don't think it's going to come with a band. I think if it was just him and guitar, just him and one instrument, broken down similar to how he did for his vocal coaches that lost their minds, we would have gotten it. It would have been a really special moment. When the band is just playing the part and just grooving, and it's a full groove and he's singing it correctly, I just lose magic, the specialty of it. And I wasn't really feeling this one. Would love to hear him do something, just him and guitar, and really sing. That's when the rasp just rips through you, is when it's exposed. I mentioned Melissa Bates, a Groove Crew member, mentioning in the watch party that Luke was in dad mode. What does all of that mean? The Groove Crew consists of members of this channel. If you want to be a member, you can hit the join button. If you are a member, you get to have access to the watch party, which is just a live stream that I do watching American Idol. In the commercials, I talk with you guys, kind of go through all of my notes, pretty much this video, but in raw form as I receive it. You also get access to my making of my top 10. So later in this episode, you'll see my new top 10. And then I randomly do live streams, kind of like behind the scenes stuff. So if you want to join all the way in, you've enjoyed these videos and you just want to take the next step, it's just $5 a month. You can help support this channel and join the crew. This is my new top 8. Here are my favorite 8 people in my personal likings. The new members we have in just a 12-hour period are Kenneth Leons, AKL, Sarah Faith, Celeste, Aaron, Barbara Chin, John 3, Daniel S, Diana Riley, Abby Moldovan, Emily Workman, Ashley Marie, and Missy J. Welcome to the crew. You heard me mention the premiere. The premiere is a way to watch this episode as if it was a live television show, which is kind of the way I picture it and kind of see it. Plus, there's a chat forum that we can all talk in the chat. I put polls in there asking who you guys think did the best performance, should go home, all kinds of stuff, who the best judge was. And then immediately after is a live stream Q&A. This is wide open for anybody, where I'm here in studio just like this. So make sure you're catching the premiere when this comes out. It's every Monday and Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. If you want to be extra careful not to miss it, you can always hit the notification bell. That's going to let you know anytime I do a live stream. Okay, we're flying through. We're at 8 next week. I don't even know what we're at. 5, I think. Let's just cross our fingers. Good to see you guys. Love you, bye.
I'm Clark Beckham, and it sure would be a happy day if you would leave us a message.